Looking back, would you have taken that trip overseas?
You know, I am going to focus today
But please,
on what we know.
Can I
ask you one question about brown gouging?
All right, so what do we got going on here? Well, as I live in Southern California, I did want to say something about the fires before we got into the meat of this video. The fires have not directly affected me other than my work was closed for a few days. That was it. So that's fortunate if anybody out there was wondering about me and what was happening. I have not been directly affected by the fires. So hopefully it stays that way. I do not want to be directly affected by any fires ever. I need to leave California, find a better place to live. We'll see if I can accomplish that. But let's take a look at this video again. This is Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles. And people are questioning, hey, should you have gone on vacation knowing, with these fires happening? Let's see what she says here. We'll break it down.
Looking back, would you have taken that trip overseas?
You know, I am going to focus today
But please,
on what...
So she's obviously avoiding answering the question. He said, looking back, should you have taken that trip? She went to Africa, even though she said that she wasn't going to travel during her administration as mayor. But the woke are going to lie because the woke are going to do whatever they can to gain power.
What we know.
All right, she said no there. So she responded no. But if we look back, let's take a look back here. We'll watch this section here.
Focus today
But please,
on what we know.
So you could argue that she said no in response to his question, but that seemed like a frustrated no, I'm not talking to you anymore. Not a no to your question, but we're done talking. So don't talk to me anymore. Answer a simple question. Looking back, should I have taken that trip? You can't admit that you're wrong, that you made a mistake. That might actually garner you some grace during your recall election, you idiot. Looking at her, I would never vote for her. And that you might say, oh, that's a fallacy. You can't judge a book by its cover. She could be the greatest thing. Look at her. She just looks like a woke idiot. Now, if she opens her mouth and proves me wrong, okay, then she can get my vote. Now, I don't live in LA, so I didn't vote for her at all. But the fires were a fiasco to some degree. There was mismanagement of the water. We had record rainfall last year, this time of year. It is so dry right now. Man, my eyes hurt. It's that dry. So that says a lot about how dry it is. Normally we're getting rain this time of year. Nope. It's been really dry. And then there's, of course, a lot of controversy around what caused the fires. Well, we see a lot of arson. I don't know what to tell you. We've seen a lot of arson. She was given warning. She was given warning that it was dry and that there was a risk of fires. She went to Ghana anyway. Why? Oh, because she's got to represent. She got to represent her people. She's got to represent the motherland. How dare you? You're allowed to go on vacation. You are. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be allowed to go on vacation, but the reason she went to Ghana instead of, say, the Caribbean is because she wants to get in touch with her roots, what she thinks are her roots. She probably has never done a 23andMe. She probably doesn't know where she's actually from. It's just disgusting, deplorable behavior. And Gavin Newsom, of course, passing the buck, saying, oh, it's not my responsibility to worry about fire preparedness. What a great leader. What a great leader we got here. I voted against him in the recall election. Well, if everybody's passing the buck, it's not my fault. Then nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to get done. This is one of the problems with the woke is they don't want to be responsible. You have to stand up and take responsibility. If you want to actually make change in your life, if you want to actually have a positive outcome in your life, in the world, you have to stand up and take responsibility. I'm not saying that that's easy. I'm not saying that I can tell you how to do that, but you have to. If you don't, who's going to take responsibility for your life? It's not you. But I wanted to mention this, like I said, just because I live in this area and I know that some people were worried about me, and just let everybody know. I know what's going on. We'll hopefully see these fires through and everything will be fine in the long run. If you haven't, go onto Twitter and look up Man Reunites with Dog after Palisades fire. It's a great story. It's a great little 48-second video. 48-second video. I think it's 48 seconds, somewhere around there. Anyway, let's get into the main story I want to talk about today. So you might have seen this. It went viral. Let's take a look though.
I just wondered, I can't see it on the menu, but where do I get the Five Guys from? The Five Guys. I didn't know if there was like a special room or you can take me out back.
No, I don't think that's happening.
What about after your shift? I'd want to give you, a good rating.
I'm a Christian man and I'm saving myself to marriage.
I'm asking for what's on the menu, that's all.
Genuinely, I feel like I'm doing it right now. I can hand you a menu if you want.
Are you on it?
No, I'm not.
Oh, that's a shame.
All right, so if you haven't seen this, let me explain it to you. This is Bonnie Blue, and she is an OnlyFans performer. and she is quite disgusting. I think she was kicked out of a country recently. I want to say that she was for misbehavior, for being too inappropriate sexually. So she walks into this Five Guys and she asks the guy behind the counter if he'll take her out back. He says, no, that's not going to happen. So here she is embarrassing herself. And this guy, good choice, my man, good choice. When I was a younger man, if a woman had come up to me and asked me to do this, I probably would have said the same thing. In this case, she is just like, hey, I want Five Guys to do me. You're leading with you want Five Guys to do you? Yeah, I'm not interested. Sorry, honey. It's not going to happen. So anyway, this Bonnie Blue character here, she has made headlines again in a different regard for claiming that she has slept with 1,000 men in 12 hours. Actually, 1,057 men. This is by the Daily Mail. It says right here, gynecologist breaks down Bonnie Blue's claim that she had sex with 1,057 men in 12 hours and reveals the reality of physical strain and intimate trauma. So I did the math, and to have 1,000 men in you in 12 hours, that breaks down to not even 41 seconds per man. It's about 40.8 seconds per man. And of course, you have to also account for switch out time. So one man is in for 41 seconds, but then he's going to switch out, and the next guy only gets 35 seconds. So you figure with the switch out time, you're getting like 35 seconds per man. We'll just say 35 seconds. Now, one way I figured out that she could possibly have done this is if she was getting double teamed every time. So then if she's getting one man on each end of her, then that's going to be 70 seconds per man, roughly, maybe 75 seconds per man. So that's a little bit better, but still, I don't know how you would pull that off in 12 hours. Really, you got to have everything lined up and ready to go. And this gynecologist down here is going to tell us how it didn't happen. Let me see. Now, did she film this here? It doesn't say that she did. So if she didn't film it, then I'm guessing that it's not real. Controversial OnlyFans star Bonnie Blue has been criticized after she declared she had set a new world record for having sex with the most men in one day. Like hundreds of social media users, a gynecologist has also questioned the veracity of Blue's claim that she bedded 1,057 men in 12 hours. With Dr. Sridhara, that doesn't sound like it's an English name, telling Female her alleged sex expedition is highly unrealistic and impractical. Blue, 25, originally from Nottinghamshire, is a recruiter turned cam girl and sex worker who sparked controversy last year after she bragged about sleeping with hundreds of barely legal 18-year-old boys on her OnlyFans account. Criticism followed Blue, real name Tia Billinger. Why would you change her name to Bonnie Blue from Tia? I mean, Tia is a much nicer name than Bonnie. As she traveled around the world from Australia to Fiji to Nottingham in the UK, advertising free sex with university students in exchange for filming these encounters for her OnlyFans subscriber base. And while she has previously boasted about her sexual conquest, including sleeping with 158 students in 2 weeks, Blue's latest world record assertion might be her most outrageous claim yet. I just gotta say, I am opposed to this. And we need to start shaming this sort of behavior again. I don't know why we stopped. This is disgusting and wrong. You're hurting yourself, and you're actually a detriment to civilization as we know it. All these women out here who are allowing themselves to be accessed freely and easily are causing the degradation of civilization. I'm not the first person to say this. This has been written about many times. Anthropologists have looked at what happened in ancient Rome, especially because they're so similar to what we have going on today, and the promiscuity that led to the downfall of Rome. It's actually promiscuity that causes these problems, all these other problems, to come in and degrade your society, cause your society to fall apart. In the video posted on TikTok on Monday, Blue told her followers the Big 1000 was well and completely done, while referring to the results of her alleged sex marathon organized in London last Saturday. If true, this would mean Blue has toppled adult film actress Lisa Sparks' previously held world record of sleeping with 919 men in 24 hours in 2004. Yeah, and I'm sure it's a lie, and I'm sure she's doing it for internet clout and to increase her fame, and I'm contributing to that right now. But this is what we talk about, how stupid the woke are on this channel. If we give them their 15 minutes of fame, okay, we give them their 15 minutes of fame. Reflecting on her experience in a video posted on Instagram, a dressing down clad Blue said, "It just feels like I've had a heavy day in the bedroom," which is exactly what I had. Yeah, I'll say, there she is. Bonk me for free. Let me film it. Yeah, that's not what you want to see in a girl. What is this here? In a separate clip, she described how her skin was looking better than before after going ahead with the event. Yeah, I saw that clip. It's like, I tell you guys, take it in the face because it's so good for your skin. Okay. This is what my face looks like after taking 1,000 men less than 12 hours ago. Her claim has, however, been met with skepticism from medical practitioners, with Dr. Data telling female that having intercourse with over 1,000 men in 12 hours would be highly unrealistic and impractical for a multitude of reasons. Some of these constraints include the physical strain, the logistics of arranging so many liaisons, and the time allowed for each encounter. She also outlined further risks, saying physical trauma could lead to vaginal and anal irritation, as well as potential high risk of urinary tract and sexual infections. Ensuring consent and mutual respect in all interactions could also be difficult. Not only is Blue's world record-setting stamina an unlikely phenomenon, Dr. Data also warned that it could pose significant health risks, especially if contraception precautions are not followed. These include a higher exposure risk to a change in the vaginal bacterial flora and STIs such as chlamydia, gonorrhea, HIV, HPV, and herpes. STIs, I don't believe, include all of those. That's STDs and STIs, the difference there. I don't know. Maybe I was misinformed on the difference between STD and STI. Dr. Data added, highlighting how some infections may not show any symptoms. Yeah, HPV, you might not show any symptoms. HIV, you might not show any symptoms. Herpes, you might not show any symptoms. She continued, unplanned pregnancy may be a further risk, unlikely, as well as unanticipated emotional and psychological consequences. We saw that with Lily Phillips, right? We saw Lily Phillips do 101 men in 14 hours and then break down in tears afterward because she realized she crossed the line and she's dehumanized herself. So I pointed out in the video I made on Lily Phillips. Bonnie Blue here is acting like she didn't dehumanize herself because she didn't do this. She doesn't have feelings anyway. Society may also place judgment on individuals who engage in multiple sexual encounters, leading to social stigma, which may also have a separate emotional impact. In a message to other women, such as Blue's OnlyFans rival Lily Phillips, who might be hoping to beat this record, the gynecologist urged them to consider the potential consequences in the short and long term of such an endeavor and what you hope to achieve. Yeah, really, what do you hope to achieve by engaging in intercourse with so many different people? What is it going to do for you? Especially if you want to do it in such a short period of time. What they're hoping to achieve, obviously, Lily Phillips, she wants the money. She wants the clout to say that I broke the record. I did 1,000 men in 24 hours. Now Bonnie Blue has that clout, broke that record. And maybe she's doing this just to save her friend from even more emotional distress after seeing her break down in tears after what she did with 100 men. Maybe. I mean, I doubt that she's altruistic like that, but we'll see. Sparks, who holds the current world record, previously admitted she regrets participating in a 2004 competition during which she slept with 919 men. Writing in a post on her website, as per The Sun, the American adult film star shared, "To be completely transparent with you all, this event is the one thing I regret doing in the 21 plus years in the industry to this day." That's the one thing you regret. Wow. Terrible. Disgusting. I don't know how these people sleep with themselves at night. I've never been one to want to go out and bed a bunch of women. She also revealed how participating in the event in Warsaw, Poland, almost saw her incarcerated after the government threatened to jail anyone thought to be involved with the competition. Damn, Poland's on point with that. I wish that wasn't a threat. I wish they had followed through. But of course, this didn't happen. That's why they didn't follow through. Since news of Blue's world record broke, it has been met with skepticism on social media and other news of things that didn't happen. One comment read, while another user said, "Bonnie, please tell me how this is even possible in regards to time." Yep. Oh, here she is in the clip we just saw. What do you know? Hey, asking that young man to take her out back. A third person said, "People actually falling for this? Great acting." A fourth user added, "How is that even possible in a day?" Another noted, "Bonnie, this seems like you're torturing yourself, not having fun. You actually sound like you are going to cry. You know this isn't good for you." Bonnie broke down the logistics of sleeping with over 1,000 men in 12 hours in a video on TikTok explaining the room was absolutely full. Then we did groups of 5, like one after the other of 5s. One person would watch whilst I was with somebody, and then it would literally just be like a rotating circle like that. Wow. What kind of... I get it, guys. A lot of you are horn dogs. You want to stick your wick into anything. Why would you want to be involved with a woman who has been doing... Dude, the 1057th guy. Dude, where are you putting it? Oh, man. Oh, that's so gross. Her claims to have had sex with 1,057 men in 12 hours or 720 minutes, suggests an average of 41 seconds per person. Her PR was quoted by The Sun as saying in a statement, she slept with 1,057 people. As she hit 1,000, there were still 57 left in the queue who Bonnie wanted to pleasure before ending the 12-hour day. I'm sorry that 41 seconds. Let's say I got the whole 41 seconds. Let's say we were double teaming and I got the whole 75 seconds. That's not enough for me to be satisfied with the encounter. We need a lot more than that. She loves it. She gives it off for free. Let's see what she says here in this little video.
So I started off camming. So when you go on these sites online, you can speak to girls one-on-one. I started off doing that for a couple of weeks. Enjoyed it, had good money, liked interacting with people. And then I was like, okay, I might set up OnlyFans because I was aware of it but didn't know too much about it. Right. So started off doing like your generic content with other content creators that was established in my area. And then I quite quickly realised how fake and how edited that is. And I wanted to take it that one step further.
All right, well, we have an idea of how she started OnlyFans now. How much longer is this? Because I don't think we need to go through this. Yeah, this is pretty long still. We get it. The point is she is probably lying. Why she's lying, I don't know. Why you would have this as a notch on your belt, I don't know. I met a girl. She had been in this industry. She was a wreck. She was emotionally disturbed, clearly. Tried to end her life. She was married, and her husband, when he found out what she had been doing in her past, he called her the S word right to her face. And I don't blame him. But she was, of course, upset about that. But I mean, look, the truth hurts. He told her what she was. He made the mistake of marrying a woman he didn't know well. Attractive, yes. She was a beautiful woman, physically. But she was a wreck on the inside. And sometimes you got to figure that out, guys. Like if you're out there dating, I know it can be really rough getting even one date with a girl, but you got to be willing to walk away from a situation. If she's going to not be the right person for you long term and you're looking for a long-term situation, then you got to be willing to just say, look, I'm going to cut bait and run because you're not going to be somebody I can build a life with. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for stopping by and supporting my work. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed. You can find me on Rumble and on Twitter. I'll see you in the next video.